How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Bold here, and I'm back today with a collection update video for you. I've had a bunch of box sets come into the collection recently. Well, I say recently, one of these came into the collection in September last year, so it's a case of a bunch of box sets I just haven't got around to showing yet. So 3 of these I picked up last year, one of them I picked up earlier this year. Before I go any further, I noticed yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of me uploading my very first video to this channel. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watches the videos, likes, comments, subscribes. It's been great getting to know people in the community who make videos. And not only that, just the people as well who watch your videos and get in touch, get in the comment section. It's been great sort of getting to know and meet a lot of you guys via the comment section. Your support is very much appreciated, so I just wanted to say thank you. So 4 box sets to talk about today. These are all hard rock and heavy metal, so if you watch my channel and you'll hear more for the videos about sort of stuff like death metal, then this video probably is going to be for you, but you know, hang around and watch anyway, why not? So we're going to get into it. So 2 box sets from the first band. And here's Van Halen, and the album's 1978 to 1984. So, of course, this is showcasing the David Lee Roth years. Hype sticker on the front says Van Halen's groundbreaking first 6 albums on 180-gram vinyl. And then lists all the albums there. There's the back for you. Now, very annoying straight away. You might be able to tell there. A lot of these come as seam splits straight away, which is really frustrating when you've paid the money you paid for this. But at the end of the day, the albums are in good condition, so that's what matters the most. However, it is annoying when that happens. But first up, of course, here we have Van Halen, their debut album, Van Halen 1 from 1978. An album that needs absolutely no introduction to hard rock fans. It's an absolute masterpiece. It's a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. And an album just amazing, the songs on it. Here we have the printed dinner. And let's get the record out for you. Black vinyl, like all these are. Pretty standard center labels. So a huge album. Some absolute classics on this. Running with the Devil, of course, kicks it off. Fantastic tune. Ain't Talking About Love's a great tune. Those songs are quite overplayed, but there are some absolute beasts on this. And as with all great albums, like I've said before, it's also about the deeper cuts. You got Kinks cover on here, You Really Got Me, which is decent. But Jamie's Crying is one of my favourite songs of the album. That's fantastic. Great chorus. Feel Your Love Tonight is actually my favourite song on the album, one of the deeper cuts. That's just got such an amazing chorus. Great riffs from Eddie. Catchy stuff. Atomic Punk, that's another great tune. Eruption, of course. You know, every guitar player knows about that. On Fire as well. Ice Cream Man, I'm not too bothered about. But still great stuff. So there's the debut, Van Halen 1 from 1978. Up next, of course, Van Halen 2 from 1979. Another fantastic album. This one gets overshadowed by the debut for me, I think. But I think it's an excellent album as well. Printed Dinner. And even more of a plain label on this one. Like I say, good old black vinyl. It's all good with me. Not fussed about all this splatter and coloured nonsense. I'd happily have all my records just on black vinyl and be done with it. So yeah, a fantastic album. Really, really enjoy this one. There's great tunes on this. Light Up the Sky is an absolute beast of a tune. Beautiful Girls, the last track is great. Bottoms Up, Women in Love. Somebody Get Me a Doctor, I absolutely love that. The riffs are superb. Great vocals from David Lee Roth. Never the best singer, but good vocals on that. Dance the Night Away as well. Fantastic song. Great album, Van Halen 2 there in this box set from 1979. Excellent stuff. Up next, the third record, Women and Children First from 1980. A good album. There's definitely some filler on this one for me, but I still enjoy it. Paper sleeve this time, polyline inner though, so it's all good. Again, black vinyl, very basic. Labels. See, there's some filler on this, but there's some absolute beastly tunes at the same time. do have a big poster in this one. This is the poster that came in the original album, a massive fold-out poster of David Lee Roth, which I'm not going to show. But there are some absolutely fantastic songs on this. Which of course, because I'm on camera, I can't remember the titles right now, but here we go. And The Cradle Will Rock, that's a great tune. Romeo Delight is absolutely amazing, brilliant riffs. Annihilate did a really good cover of that. In a Simple Rhyme I like, Could This Be Magic, Loss of Control. Everybody Wants Some, another great track. There's a couple of filler songs, but it's still really, really good. Their third album, their excellent stuff. Fourth album in the set is Fair Warning from 1981, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Much darker than the other albums. The albums come before, I should say. There's The Inner. Yeah, some superb tunes on this album. Again, just a black vinyl with those labels. Nothing too fancy. I do like this set, but it is a bit bare bones, I have to say. It's nice when you get these records with the custom labels that kind of match the artwork of the albums. Not the case with this, but the music's the most important thing at the end of the day. Mean Street, the opening track. I've watched people playing that riff on YouTube, that intro riff, and it's so difficult. It's just absolutely fantastic riff. Unchained, that's a big song. Everyone knows that one. Dirty Movies, that's a great track. I really like that. Hear About It Later, another great track. There's some filler on here like Sunday Afternoon in the Park, which is still decent. I still like it. Fair Warning from 1981, excellent stuff. Up next, easily the weakest David Lee Roth era album, his Diver Down from 1982. And the album's got some good stuff on it, but it's got some real crap on it as well. And there's way too many covers for my liking. There's the printed inner. Once again, black vinyl with the very simplistic labels. So yeah, there's some covers on this. They're decent, don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about them. I would rather just hear sort of original compositions myself. I think producer Ted Templeman was definitely encouraging them to do covers. And I think David Lee Roth was on board, but Eddie really wasn't. Wherever All the Good Times Gone, that's a good tune. Hang 'em High. I don't want the cover of Oh Pretty Woman, that's pretty good. Not so fussed about the cover of Dancing in the Street, though. Big Bad Will is Sweet William Now is actually a good tune. But Diver Down from 82 is a little bit weak, but there's still stuff on there that I enjoy. And the last one that comes in this set, and I'm really happy to have this, is Van Halen's 1984. The album that actually pushed them to commercial stardom, of course. Why I'm really happy to get this one is my original copy I've got of this. The record plays fine, but for some reason, someone saw fit to stick a massive sticker of the Roman numerals of 1984 on the front cover. And enough I try and peel it off, it's just going to rip all the front cover, so it's got to stay. Famously, the back, the photos are upside down on this one. There's the guys. Yeah, so like I say, an absolutely huge record. The inner. Again, the black vinyl with the very plain labels. Yeah, great album. Obviously, the massive hit single Jump is on this one. Hot for Teacher, another single that's huge. I love that drum intro from Alex Van Halen. Drop Dead Legs is fantastic on this one as well. I'm having a bloody hard time remembering some of the other songs on it now. There's one on this. Oh wait, that's it. That's a fantastic tune. I really love that. Love the synth intro. It's really good. Good Girl Gone Bad. That's another good one. Obviously, Panama, massive song. Top Jimmy, Drop Dead Legs. This is pretty much a 10 out of 10 album for me. Really enjoy that one. So that's the last album in that box set. 1984 from Van Halen. Yeah, nice box set that. Really happy with it. So of course, after I grabbed that, I had to grab the one that came out the following month. And here's Van Halen 1986 to 1996. Of course, the Sammy Hagar era of the band. I'm more of a Roth fan, but I still really like the Sammy stuff, it has to be said. The 5 LPs remastered from the Sammy era. There's the back. So yeah, the David Lee Roth era didn't have any extra stuff in it. This one has got something extra. But here we go. Here's the first album with Sammy. 5150 from 1986. There's the back. Yeah, I really like this one. Printed in there. And again, the labels on these are very plain, so I'm not going to bother showing the rest of the records because there's nothing really to see. But good album. I like this one a lot. Yeah, great tunes on this one. Best of Both Worlds. I love that guitar intro. That's really, really good. Why Can't This Be Love? That's a really nice, sort of a ballad, really. Dreams, great track. That synthesizer sounds fantastic. Great solo. Love Walks In. 5150, good enough. The opening track is really good. Get Up, Summer Nights. Inside the last track's a bit shitty. I'm not too fussed about that. But still a great album. 5150 from 1986, the first one in that box set. Up next, OU812 from 1988, which is without a doubt one of my least favourite Van Halen albums, but there's still a lot of good stuff on this. I'm very happy to have this copy because my original copy is really beaten up. Whoever had it originally didn't look after it very well. Printed inner. Again, the black vinyl here, but with a bit more of a better centerings, just like on the original, basically. Yeah, this is a good album, but it's got some crap on it. Great tunes in this that I really like. Finish What You Started, that's a great tune. Black and Blue's good. Feels So Good, I really like. Mine All Mine. When It's Love, really, really good ballad. But there's a couple of tunes that are a little bit on the filler side, but they're still decent. Yeah, not one of my favourite Van Halen albums, but OU812 from 1988. Still got some good stuff on it. Up next, an absolute beast of an album, and here's 1991's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. This is the best Sam Year album for me, no doubt about it. Once again, very plain labels, but yeah, an absolutely superb album. The opening track, Pound Cake, is absolutely massive. What a song! Brilliant, brilliant tune. Judgment Day track 2 is fantastic as well. Run Around, amazing chorus that tune's got, really, really good. Side 2, In and Out, brilliant track. Man on a Mission, Dream Is Over is absolutely superb as well. Right Now, the piano-driven ballad, fantastic. Ends with Top of the World, an absolutely monstrous album from Van Halen. The best Sam Year album for me. For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge from 1991 is superb. One I didn't have on vinyl because it's very hard to come by, and here's Balance from 1995, which is an album that's definitely grown on me over the years. There's some stuff in this that I'm not too much of a fan of, but some absolutely amazing songs at the same time. There's the inner of the lyrics, the picture of the guys playing the black again with the very, very dull labels. But yeah, some amazing tunes on this. The opening track, The Seventh Seal, was really good. Can't Stop Loving You, that was a single, great tune. Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, that's good. Amsterdam, even though it's got some dreadful lyrics in the chorus, it's a great tune. Some amazing riffs and a really, really good chorus. Big Fat Money I like. Not enough, but yeah, there's a few tunes on this that make it a little bit on the filler side. But very happy to have this album on vinyl at last, no doubt about it. Van Halen's Bands from 1995. And it's nice to have something a bit extra in this this box set. Here's the Studio Rarities, 1989 to 2004. Just 6 tracks on this one. No, sorry, there's 8. But the ones I like the most are on side B. Humans Being, great tune. And then you get the 3 tracks that were on the original 2004 best of, the second best of they put out. And that's It's About Time, Up for Breakfast, and Learning to See. I really like all those tunes. And it's good to have them on this. It's a shame we didn't get a 7-inch on the David Lee Roth era box set of Me Wise Magic. And nice on the labels there. And you can't get the stuff no more. The tracks that featured on the first best of they came out in 1996. But it's nice to have these rarities on the record. And that makes that one, for me, a little bit more value for money than the first box. But still really happy to have it. Van Halen 1986 to 1996. Nice box set there. Right, on to a different band now. I'm sticking with the hard rock, more of a glam metal kind of edge. And here's Winger, Chapter 1. Atlantic Years 1988 to 1993. a 4 LP set featuring their first 3 albums, and then another LP of outtakes and demos and that kind of thing. Hype sticker stuck on the back up the top, as you can see there. Wing are one of those bands that have had a lot of shit over the years and unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. Of course, there was the Lars Ulrich throwing the pictures of Kip Winger on the dartboard during the Metallica's year and a half in Life of Metallica when they were recording the Black Album. And of course, they were a regular Beavis and Butthead punch bag back in the day. But for me, the hate is completely unnecessary. As far as musicianship goes, these guys walk all over a lot of the other glam metal bands from back in the day. I mean, take a band like Poison, for example. I love Poison, but they never had a really good musician in that band until Richie Kotzen joined the band for Native Tongue in 1993. Not the case for Winger. Amazing musicians. So, of course, here's the debut album first. Self-titled. Great stuff. Not too fussed on the cover of Hendrix's Purple Haze, it has to be said. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not the best song on this album, not by a long shot. Again, plain black. But there's some great tunes in this, like Madeleine. 17's a really great track, even though the lyrical content hasn't aged very well. Hungry is another good tune. Without the Night, brilliant ballad, love that. Up-tempo rockers like State of Emergency, Time to Surrender, Poison Angel. Ends with Headed for a Heartbreak, which is for me one of the best power ballads from the glam metal era. Winger's debut, self-titled from '88. Excellent stuff. Up next is 1990's In the Heart of the Young, which is not as good as the debut, but there's plenty of good tunes on this. There's some filler on there as well, but it's mostly all good. Some really good songs on this one. Again, just black vinyl. The labels are quite plain. Yeah, not as good as the debut, but there's lots of good stuff still on this. Can't Get Enough, Loosen Up, and Miles Away. That's a great ballad. Fantastic. Easy Come, Easy Go, Rainbow in the Rose. Side A's all good. Side B is a little bit on the filler side, though. In the Day We'll Never See, not that fussed by that one. Under One Condition's a good ballad. Little Dirty Blonde's a good tune. But yeah, there's some other stuff on the side B, which is not as strong as on side A. But still a good album. In the Heart of the Young from 1990 from Winger. Really good stuff. Up next, an absolutely massive album, Paul from 1993, which probably pretty much went unnoticed at the time because it was 93 and grunge and alternative was king. This kind of music really wasn't popular anymore. But if you slept on this one, I highly recommend you check it out and listen to it because it's excellent. It's really, really good. It's still very much the sound that they were doing before, but much more sort of stripped back. It's nowhere near as polished. And there's some superb songs on this album. Certain labels on this one are a little bit better than on the others. Great tunes on this, like Junkyard Dog. That's really heavy for Winger. I think it's tuned to drop D, so that's why the riffs sound so heavy. Dan Incognito, track 2, absolutely brilliant. Really, really good stuff. But Blind Revolution, man, Mad, I should say, the first track on the album is excellent. Spell 'em Under's great. In for the Kill, No Man's Land, Like a Ritual. It's just an excellent album. This is definitely better than the album that come before it, In the Heart of the Young. Paul from 1993 is excellent. If you've stepped on this one and you like this band, I can recommend enough that you go and check it out. It's really, really good. And then the last one to show from this box set, here's the demo anthology. Does what it says on the tin. There's lots of sort of demos and that, obviously, on this one. There's the inner, very, very plain. Black vinyl. It's nice to hear some of these songs in a demo form, actually, before you hear what happens when it gets taken to the studio with the producer. But some good demos of stuff like Madeleine on this one. Headed for a Heartbreak, Can't Get Enough. Miles Away, Blind Revolution, Mad. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's nice when you get these things in these box sets and not just literally the albums. But yeah, there we go. There's the demo anthology from Winger. And that's the last album to be featured in this box set. We do have a very nice coloured booklet that comes with it. Nice and shiny. Some great pictures of the guys and lots of information. Again, it's nice to get this kind of stuff in a box set. But yeah, there we go. Winger, Chapter 1, The Atlantic Years, 1988 to 1993. Really nice box set. Glad to have it in the collection. And the last one to show, something a bit heavier. Literally, and here's W.A.S.P and the Seven Savage. 1984 to 1992. This is a really nice set and it's bloody heavy. So I'm going to be putting it down right now. Slides out like that. Picture of Blackie there. Picture of Chris Holmes there. And really, really nice bunch of records in this. Starts off with this massive thick booklet with tons of photos and information about the guys. Some old Kerrang cover photos that are in this as well. It's really thick. There's tons to look at and enjoy. Lots to talk about the album. There's something about the Crimson Idol there. Really nice glossy booklet. Done a good job on that. Here's the debut from 1984. This is just self-titled, isn't it? Yeah. Fantastic album. Really, really good. Some absolutely amazing songs on this. We get a poster in this one, which I won't be folding out because some of them are bigger than others and I can't be arsed, basically. But an exact replica of the original record, same center labels. Excellent album. I mean, there's just so many great tracks on this. I think there's literally like one or two that are a little bit on the filler side, but for the most part, I'm all good with this record. Just an absolutely stunning debut. I Want to Be Somebody, that first track is brilliant. Blackie's vocals in that chorus are just superb. He really sounds like he means it when he's screaming into the mic. Love Machine might be my favourite song, track 2. It's just great, absolutely brilliant. I love the drum intro. The Flames, School Days, great tunes. Halen, Sleep in the Fire, On Your Knees, another great track. I played that live when I last saw him. It's just fantastic. Tormentor, The Torture Never Stops. Excellent debut from W.A.S.P there for a self-titled from 1984. Second album in the box set is The Last Command from 1985, the follow-up, of course. Randy Piper here, who passed away, I think it was earlier this year, rest in peace. Printed in them, which is exactly the same as the original. And the black vinyl, which again has got the exact same labels that the original had. This one doesn't get as much love as the debut, but I still really like this one. Blinding Texas on this, of course. That's a great track. Other great tracks. Wild Child, that's another single, great stuff. Ball Crusher, I really like. Jack Action, Widowmaker. Title track, Running Wild in the Streets. The last track, Sex Drive, I think is absolutely amazing. Really, really like that tune. Yeah, really, really good album. Another poster comes in this one. Big poster of Blackie there. But yeah, The Last Command from 1985 is excellent. Up next, an album that I didn't really like when I first heard it. And here's Inside the Electric Circus from 1986. But since going back to it a few years ago, I like it way more than I used to. I think it was the production I wasn't too keen on. I preferred the production on the first two albums, but I've definitely grown to love this album. So the third album from 86, there's The Inner. And again, the labels are just like they were on the original vinyl press. So yeah, not a huge fan of the production, but the songs still stand up. I think it was definitely the production that sort of I was struggling with at first, but there's loads of tunes that I love on this album now. Inside the Electric Circus, title track's good. I Don't Need No Doctor, that's a decent cover. I can't remember who does the original. 9-5 Nasty, one of my favourite W.A.S.P songs. Shoot From the Hip, brilliant tune. That's one of my favourites, one of the deeper cuts on the album. Easy Living, Uriah Heep cover if my memory's correct. King of Sodom and Gomorrah, that's okay. The Rock Rolls On, the closing track. It's decent, not as strong as some of the other stuff on here. But Inside the Electric Circus from 1986 is excellent. Up next is Live in the Raw from 1987. I don't normally care for live albums, but I do really, really like this one actually. Capturing W.A.S.P at probably the peak of their powers back in the mid to late 80s, of course. Definitely in the more the shock rock era of the band, anyway. There we go. Nice center labels on this one. So yeah, as far as live albums go, for the most part, I don't really care for them, but I picked up an OG press list in my local record shop, and I'm glad I did, because I really do quite enjoy it, actually. I don't need no doctor on this one as well. Love Machine, Wild Child, 9-5 Nasty. Some of my favourite W.A.S.P songs all on side A there. The Manable, I Want to Be Somebody, Harder, Faster, Blind in Texas, Scream Until You Like It, which is the tune which was on the Ghoulies 2 soundtrack, of course. Live in the Raw from 1987, W.A.S.P. Another great album, this box set. Up next, when W.A.S.P start going to a much more serious direction, and this is where a lot of people jumped off of W.A.S.P. Not me, though. I really, really like this. Frankie Benali from Quiet Riot on the drums on this one. Johnny Rod on the bass, of course. Chris Holmes and Blackie Lawless still here. This is a really good album. I mean, it is a bit strange to hear him go in such a serious direction after like the sort of the shock rock and theatrical. I don't think I've said that word correctly. You know what I mean, though. Style of the early albums, like the exploding codpiece and that kind of thing, and meat being thrown out to the crowds at gigs. Again, the labels are exactly the same as all in the original. But there's lots of tunes on this one that I really like. The Headless Children is really, really good. Thunderhead, Mean Man, that's a great track. Love the riffs in that. Forever Free, really nice ballad. Rebel in the FDG, Man Eater. And for me, an excellent cover of The Who's The Real Me. Really, really good cover. I love the original from The Who. But that cover is superb as well. As the guys on the back looking very, very serious. I was telling you to go in a much more serious direction, just that photo there. But The Headless Children from 1989 is absolutely superb. And not last up, the penultimate album to show, here's The Crimson Idol from 1992. Absolutely superb stuff. Again, much more serious. Again, a lot of people, if they stuck around for Headless Children, definitely jumped ship after this one. A concept album. This is 2 LP. Here's the inners. Black vinyl with that very basic label. I'm not going to bother showing the second record because it's exactly the same as the first, so there's no point in showing that. But I think this is a really good album. This is the first album I remember being out at the time of release. There's good tunes on this. The Invisible Boy I really like. Chainsaw Charlie, Murders in the New Morgue, great tune. I love that. I remember seeing them do that on Top of the Pops back in 1992. The Gypsy Meets the Boy, Dr. Rockter, I Am One, The Idol, Hold On To My Heart. That's a great ballad. Phantoms in the Mirror. Crimson Idol from 92. Really good. I like that one a lot. A lot of fans have jumped off by this point, but not me. I really like that one. And the last one to show is this 1 LP bonus tracks and B-sides. Again, like the Winger album, it's nice to have these rarity records in these box sets. Could have done with it in the Van Halen 1 box, but never mind, it's not there. Black vinyl, very plain labels. There's a lot of the B-sides and the singles on this. And some really good stuff that I like listening to, actually. You've got Animal Fuck Like a Beast on this, which is, of course, very controversial when it first came out. Live versions of Show No Mercy. We've got Painted Black, which is the Stones cover, of course. Mississippi Queen, Mountain cover. Really like the original of that. Locomotive Breath, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Got a cover of Led Zeppelin's When the Levee Breaks on this as well. Love that original. And they do a decent cover on this, but the original's definitely better. But yeah, that's the last album to show in this W.A.S.P box set. Bonus tracks and B-sides. Really nice to have that in the collection. And that is it for this video, guys. There's the box again. Really nice. Excellent logo. Happy to get these box sets in the collection. Look, this turned up on Christmas Eve, if I remember correctly. I treated myself just before Christmas. Excellent box set there. So there we go, guys. I've been meaning to show these box sets for ages and finally got around to it. So, as per usual, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these box sets. I shall be back with you next week with another new video. I've got plenty of ideas for videos, so there's plenty of stuff coming up on the channel. Like I said earlier, thanks to everyone who's been watching, liking, commenting, subscribing these past 4 years. Very much appreciated. And until next time, as always, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.